Hi, this is Paul from globaltradingsoftware.com, and this is a quick futures trading tutorial using our VWAP Predator. Just wanted to talk about what happens when we get a reset after a holiday like Christmas. So we're on December the 27th. The markets were closed for Christmas Day, obviously because it was a Sunday, but then also they were closed for the daytime during the 26th as well, and it opened on that evening. So we had a bit of a break, bit of a reset, if you like. So when we're looking at signals, we need to understand what's happened in the first few hours. And this is copper futures, something I like to trade quite a bit. And this is the VWAP Predator we've got here. I don't tend to take any signals in the first 2 or 3 hours after. We want to see if we can get a direction going, and also try and look at some highs and lows. Here we've defined this pivot and this pivot here as a potential sort of short-term support and resistance. And then when we look at the bottom end, we look at this pivot here for this rejection, and then here, and we can see this is pivot tested here, pivot tested there. So that's a bit of a resistance zone, a support and resistance zone as well. So what we have right now is we've sort of framed the chart and we're looking for signals to break out of that. So we've got options. Now there would have been signals on other xBrat trading software, probably just an xBrat algo, but with the VWAP Predator we're just purely interested in volume and price action, and where that happens gives us those signals. So it's a different type of strategy, great for futures, forex trading, and even stocks trading. And we are looking at where the action takes place, where there's an increase in volume, where is it in relation to the VWAP, and does it give us a good signal? So the first signal we get here is sort of in the Asian session, and again, copper's great trading in the Asian and European session as well. We have the buy signal here. So this is where the support and resistance from overnight comes in, because we've had that reset. We've had a few days off with the Saturday, Sunday and the Monday because of Christmas. And so we've got this short-term resistance that we need to clear before we're interested. So, ordinarily, if we were on a normal day and everything was running normally, we hadn't had a reset, we would go one tick above this buy candle here, but we have to consider this short-term resistance. So that's our entry. Our stop is the just below the recent pivot before the signal candle. So what I'm looking for is we've got the blue dotted line here on the VWAP Predator is our VWAP itself, and then we've got some fib zones, and then when we cross the fib zone, so we opened here and we closed across the fib zone for the VWAP, and we had increase in volume, and it was higher than average volume. There's a lot of volume things going off here. We get a signal. So this is good. This is a good start, because we haven't had any buy signals all since we got the reopen. We've had the one sell signal, but it was too early on to give us some sort of decent signal. But now we've got this buy. We need to go along here. We get another buy at this point here. So even if we said to ourselves, right, we've got a buy signal here, I want another one. We got another one here, and there's another entry point at this point here. So the next thing to do really is to understand that we're going to enter just above this resistance zone to make sure it just pushes through with this increased in volume. It's got more volume than the previous candle. It's higher than average volume. It's opened and closed above one of the fib zones from the VWAP. So everything's looking good. Got the buy signal, got a sensible entry and a sensible stop. Then we keep getting these buy signals as we're going along, and it's moving really, really well. So this is what we would call a parabolic move. So managing this, there's two ways to do this really. The green ribbon you see here is taken from our manager. As long as that remains green, we stay in the trade. But you're over 100 ticks in profit right now. You don't really give too much away, and we've had these parabolic moves. So for me, it's about going 2 candles behind We get a big move up on this other buy signal candle here. We get some contraction at this point, forming a bullish pennant, if you like, and then it pushes again. Once we start to get this momentum, higher highs, higher lows, we want to be going 2 candles behind, which is aggressive. So at this moment in time, this is the active candle here, still pushing higher. So we've got 2 closed candles here, so we're 2 candles behind. That's where our trailing stop should be. This is an aggressive trade management strategy when we're getting an aggressive move, when we're getting a parabolic move, because it could turn around on us quite quickly. So we want to make sure we're locking in profit. If we want to be more conservative, we just wait for this to turn red. So this, this could keep going quite a lot. So right now, from the entry, we've locked in around about 80 ticks. That's a great trade. That's that's $800 and odd profit there. Really, oh, there she goes. Look, really strong move there. Okay, so when this current candle closes, and we're on the 10-minute time frame, we would adjust our stop to here. Look at this go now. Absolutely fantastic. So this move from the VWAP Predator is 131 ticks right now. And again, that's nearly $1,500, something like that. So it's a really great trade. So if you were happy with that and you didn't want to manage this trade anymore, you would take your profit. But for me, I think I'd probably look at this aggressive strategy, 2 candles behind, and wait, because now we've had this big push up on this current candle, we may get a little bit of relaxing or even a slight pullback. So we just want to make sure there. So it's actually producing another buy signal, because we've opened in this fib zone, and in theory at this moment, when the candle closes, it's closing on the other side of it. It's got even more volume. So with this move up is increasing in volume all the time. So it's a great trade, and this is a good example of when we've had a long weekend, a break, is just to ensure that we get a few hours price action and understand a little bit of a range that's formed, where the support, the resistance is. So when we do start to get those signals up or down, and this is the VWAP Predator giving us a buy signal at this point here, conservative entry, we go long. And then managing this is reasonably simple. Once you've gone through 50 ticks, make it risk-free. Then what you want to do, if it's still a parabolic move like it is right now, as I just discussed, we get that 2 candles behind strategy where we're locking in at this moment 80 ticks. This whole trade is worth 130 ticks right now, so it's a big trade. And then the conservative trade management strategy is when this ribbon turns red, we take our profit. And again, this allows for runners, if you like. So if you still want to be locking in profit, but you probably want to be down here somewhere, 4 candles behind, giving this some really good move. You see that candle's closed now. So what we would do is adjust our trading stop just 1 tick below the previous candle. So we're 2 candles behind right now. Okay, so now we've locked in something like around 84 ticks. So really strong, good looking trade. And these are the things we sort of need to be looking for when we've had those breaks for long weekends, because instruments will break out, and this VWAP Predator will allow us to get those volume and price action reactions and get those signals in. Hopefully that helps. Check out the links below for the VWAP Predator for the TradingView version, and soon for the Ninja Trader version.